What's going on, guys? And so earlier this year I made a video titled how to get an A in O-Chem 1, and I recently finished O-Chem 2 about a couple months ago, and as you guys can tell, I have not made a video on O-Chem 2, and that is mainly because I didn't get an A in O-Chem 2. Now, before I get slandered for my credibility, I think there's still a lot that I learned about the way that I learn and the mistakes that I've made in O-Chem 2 and how other people can avoid these mistakes and do better in the class. So let me just kind of run you through the process of what happened for O-Chem 2, and I'll dive more deeply into the reasons for the grades that I got and all that afterwards. So the semester started, and the very first exam, I believe, was 3-4 weeks after the semester first began, and that very first exam I got a 72 on it, and so it wasn't horrible. I passed it. It was still pretty bad, but I passed it, and I was just kind of hoping that alright, this will be my drop and I'll just do better from here on out. And then second exam comes up, and lo and behold, I do even worse, and I get a 69 on the second exam, so I don't even pass the exam. And at this point, that was pretty disheartening because I felt like I was putting in some time to learn the material, and so yeah. But anyways, then the third exam, I actually stepped it up and actually started caring more about it, and achieved a 97 on the third exam. Then the fourth exam could not be dropped, and so but I actually needed my 69 for my second exam to be dropped for me to actually attempt to try and get an A in the class. I think I would have needed to get a 95 on the exam, and so I took the exam, the very final exam, and I got, I believe, a 90 on the final exam. And anyways, still I dropped my 69, but even though with the 72 combined, I still wasn't able to get that A. It was a very high B. I think it was an 87, 88, or somewhere around there. I don't know, but the fact is I didn't get the A, which is mainly the biggest part of it. But looking back on it, I could fully understand why I did not do good on my first two exams, and really it has some to do with underestimating the material in the class and the amount of effort that I would need to put in to actually learn it. But really, it was just because my heart wasn't in it. I found myself just being very disconnected with wanting to learn the material. I just didn't want to do it. It kind of makes sense, right? Who does want to do O-Chem? But what I found myself doing is getting very distracted during lectures. I think I was just getting burnt out with the whole online college thing, as I'm sure a lot of other people have. But truthfully, I don't know, that might have even happened without the online college. I was really just in a weird mental space. I didn't want to study. I didn't want to focus on O-Chem, even though before in the past, be I know that I have to do this because it's leading to a bigger goal, and I still understood that at this point. I just lost interest. It felt like it was hard to get some answers sometimes with everything just being online. At some point, I was just I just want to get through this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this online school. I'm tired of just being here, just studying, and just when I could be out there doing something else. I could actually be working. I could actually be making a difference, as opposed to spending all of my time learning about O-Chem. Something that really helped me was clearing up anything in my personal life that was eating at me. I think that was another thing as well. I think we all go through stuff outside of school that whether it's something that's constantly on your mind or whatever, whether that's for people or things that you want to do or whatever it may be. It's hard to sit down and put mental energy into something when you have something weighing on your mind, or if you're not feeling good, or if it's you're not feeling mentally clear, because you could be sitting down at that chair all that entire time, but if you're not in a good mental space, you're not going to really retain that information. And that information becomes foggy and unclear. What really helped me was clearing up the things in my personal life, and the relationships in my life, and I feel like that really helps me. That helps take a weight off my shoulders, and whatever it might be for you personally, you know, and that's weighing on your minds, whether that's just your own personal mental health or your relationships with others, and you know how you are affected by that, and whatever. Getting your mind right is the number one thing that I can suggest, because really you guys are gonna adapt. You know, for people who haven't taken O-Chem yet and who are worried about it, you know, like, you're gonna adapt, like, you're gonna learn the material, you're gonna put in the effort. If you really want this, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. But if you're not in the correct mental space, that's just a barrier that you're constantly gonna be fighting, and it's always up here. You know, it doesn't go away. This video isn't to give you like tips and tricks on how to ace O-Chem, you know, it's really to it's give you the mistakes that I made. You know, the mistake that I made personally was I was trying to learn while also neglecting some stuff in my own personal life that were eating at me constantly, you know, making it hard for me to go to bed, making it, you know, it was just, I was struggling with that. And it wasn't until I actually confronted it in my own personal life, and I was actually able to move on from that hump, and I felt so much better. I was able to learn, I was able to feel free, you know, I was able to actually go about what I wanted to do, and you know, feel good about it. And that's the major thing in college that you need to always be proactive about, is never neglecting your mental health. You know, if there's an issues going on in your life, address it. You know, never be afraid to, you know, address your mental health in college, because it is something that's always going to be there. You know, it's always going to be there, not only in college, not only in med school, not only in your career, but your entire life. It's not one thing, it's going to be another something at some point in time, and you have to be well equipped to be able to deal with that. So yeah, although I didn't get the A in O-Chem 2, I did learn a very valuable lesson about myself and how to move forward with my classes, moving forward in life, and really just how to deal with stuff in life. It's just, you have to address your issues, or else it's just gonna nag at you, eat at you, and lead to lower performance in every area of your life, you know? O-Chem can be a difficult class, but it's really about the time and effort that you're putting into it. And not only the time and effort, but the quality of time and effort. You know, it's not about just spending hours and hours just drilling that information into your head. You know, if it's very pointless because you're maybe you already know the information, or maybe the information that you're studying really is only a small portion of what you need to know for the entire exam. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into play with all this, but the whole point is that you're not going to be able to fully put the most effective time into learning the material if you have other outside factors influencing the way that you learn. So don't neglect yourself, because your mind is your biggest tool, your biggest asset. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.